Alrighty, fellas. Welcome to my Ayaka guide for dummies. I just want to make this a really quick guide. It's not going to be too long. Just kind of like a quick introduction to the character, and I'll try to drop some more in-depth guides in the description afterwards as well. But this is just to kind of get you attuned to the character, essentially. So we're going to go over her abilities. So first and foremost, we have her skill 1, which is distortion. But we're going to come back to this in a second. I want to go over unison notes, her skill 2, which is a buff. It grants co-star to one ally and increase their attack by 24% of Ayaka's attack. So this is going to be your bread and butter. This is going to be like the first thing you do once you get into a match, in my honest opinion. You instantly do that and buff your DPS with this. And then afterwards, you can use distortion if you want to do some extra damage. It's an AoE electric damage ability. But if you have an ally that has co-star, it does an extra bonus attack to the main target, which is also electric damage as well. And her main bread and butter is Catchy Hook. So this ability immediately activates an ally's highlight and it increases damage. It also doesn't affect the highlight's cooldown time. And even if the highlight that you use is on cooldown, you can still use it. You can basically use a highlight anytime you want. And that's what makes this character extremely good. Her highlight herself is for every 4 ally actions, increase party's damage by 39.1%. Well, it scales, all of this scales on level, so obviously the number will also scale as well. But for every 4 ally actions, increase party's damage by 39.1%. While active, fill highlight gauge by 10% after each ally action, up to 40%. So basically, once you do all 4 ally actions, your highlight gauge will be filled to 40%. Then you have her talents, which basically all revolve around highlights. When an ally uses a highlight, increase target's attack by 24%. And if it has co-star, increase effects by 1.5 times. And you have chorus effect, which basically heals. Once you use a highlight, whoever has the lowest HP heals, essentially. And let's go with her awareness. So her awareness 0. When using Catchy Hook, increase attack by 20% up to 40% for that battle. And Catchy Hook has a cooldown time of 1 turn before it can be used. So basically, every time you use it, it's going to increase the cooldown. So initially it starts at 1. Once you use it, it'll be 2. Once you use it again, it'll be 3. And then it caps at 3. So also keep that in mind as well. Now, in terms of her awareness, obviously, I don't have any because I didn't have that many pulls. But if you do have the pulls, you should definitely go for A1. I think this is like the sweet spot a lot of people kind of prefer with her, which is at the start of the battle, it grants co-star to an ally with the highest attack, prioritizing assassins and sweepers for 3 turns, and also increase their crit rate by 15%. And this is really good because instead of doing skill 2 into skill 1 or skill 3, it lets you basically bypass skill 2 since it automatically does it. And so you can either do skill 1, or really you would just do skill 1 for some more extra damage. So this basically frees up a turn for you to use for whatever. Now going past that, her A2, when using Catchy Hook, increase the damage by 30% for 1 turn. So if you want some extra damage boost, A2 is really good. A3 is just a skill boost. A5 is also a skill boost. A4 increases the highlight to 6 ally actions instead of 4, and increases the highlight gauge to 60% instead of 40%. And then it also decreases the highlight activation cooldown for all other allies as well by 1 turn. So A4 is extremely good. If you have the pulls to get it, I would definitely do it. If not, A1 or A2 is a good stopping point. And then obviously A6, at the start of battle, Catchy Hook can be used immediately. Cooldown time is permanently decreased to 1 turn. It won't increase. And every time it's used, increase the party's damage by 20% up to 2 stacks. Incredibly blessed. I don't feel like I need to explain that. I mean, I think that's self-explanatory, but this character, man. We're gonna go talk about her weapons now, which I only have her actual weapon and the 4-star. I consider these 4-star weapons. Essentially, the 4-star weapon increases attack by 12%. After using Catchy Hook, increase attack by 28%. So if you don't have her weapon, obviously the best weapon you can use is this. But if you have her weapon is extremely busted, increases her attack by 30%. It also increases the co-star attack by 15%, and every time you use a highlight, increases their attack by 5%, and it stacks up to 3 times. And then it also fills the highlight gauge up to 40%. And pair that with her revelation set, which I use Prosperity, which also at the start of battle fill the highlight gauge up to 25%. So that's a 65% highlight gauge fill at the beginning of the match, or it should be something like that anyway. So yeah, her weapons are extremely good. This is the set I run, Trust and Prosperity. For the actual main stats, I don't really have any good main stats, but usually most people would either run HP, attack, or damage. Basically build her like a normal DPS. I'll try to have the stats up on the screen here. But yeah, you just basically build her like a normal DPS. I've seen one build where it's like HP, healing or something like that, and another HP for like her healing. But I don't know how good that is, so y'all could definitely give that a try if you like. But essentially that's basically it about the character. Very simple, very broken, and if you haven't rolled for her, then I don't know what you're doing.